But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in 1 trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be no bad, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession, you're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damaturu or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking Janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. Ndiara. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need, that's all they want, so they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated.
Because what I am saying, our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama Biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, It's the time to come forward. 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. I'm tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies even if we have only machete and hoes. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble.
ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala ihe niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkụ onye nwaanyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si na ka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwesị kpọta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwesị kpọta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee bụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizoba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tituo ozu ọ bụ ọkọwa mgbe emilere Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe wee memire Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero ka ọ guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ ikuni ụtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ gụ nwa bụ ekegere n'igwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị kwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide gị ruo mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Welcome. I welcome you to this evening program here on IPOB Western Cape Media TV. I welcome you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abịama Premihenine. As I welcome you, I want you to welcome others. Welcome your friends, welcome your relatives, welcome all the lovers of freedom that lives with you or around you. As you join us or as you are joining us this evening, share the program, like the program, comment on our live broadcast. It is very, very important. You do not join us without first sharing and liking the program so that other people who are not watching us will know that we are live and then join. So share the program, make it go viral, share and like. Very, very important. I welcome you once again to this evening here in IPOB Western Cape Media TV. I say to you, as you join us this evening, may the blessings of Chukwu Abịama Premihenine be upon you and with you. In this program, we have one thing in mind, and that thing is the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. We are here to propagate and advance the kingdom of Chukwu Okike Abịama here on earth, which is Biafra. As you already know, a lot of things has gone wrong or going wrong in the struggle for the restoration of Biafra, and we are one of those that stand out, that refuse to be joined into that. We are only here to restore Biafra because we don't have any option than to restore Biafra. For us, it is only Biafra or nothing. So we don't joke, we don't play with our freedom. Others may have options aside Biafra, but for us, it is Biafra. So here in this platform, you are lucky to be here because we are not here to raise fools. We are not here to preach propaganda. We are not here to preach hate. We are not here to bring division into our folds. We are here to preach unity, and we are here to call our people to do the right thing, which is standing by and with each other at every point in time. We have experienced a lot of oppositions. We have experienced a lot of fracas. We have experienced a lot of divisions and confusions in our midst, and we have used all these mechanisms which did not favor us. And if you are wise enough, you must know that he who does same thing all times and expect a different result is but a fool. If you are not a fool, if you say you are not a fool, you must do something differently from the fool. So we are here to, explore other means that could bring nothing but progress and unity to what we are doing. So I welcome you to this great, wonderful platform, IPOB Western Cape. As it is our slogan, you should always understand that we don't joke with our slogan, because that is our root, that is what reminds us where we are heading to. So this evening, this is IPOB Western Cape South African Media, aka IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but we are here to defend our motherland, which is Biafra. For us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. And if you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, worldwide. And his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome you once again to IPOB Western Cape, saying it the way it is. Yes, we say it exactly the way it is, because we are not here to please any man. We are here to do that which Chukwu Okike Abịama Pụrụ Ihe Niile mandated us to do, which is speaking the truth, irrespective of what you feel about it. And here we have no permanent friends, and we do not have permanent enemies. So we are not worried when you are angry with us. As long as we are doing the right thing, as long as we are following the IPOB Code of Conduct, which gives us the power to be doing what we are doing here. IPOB Code of Conduct gives us the power to be straight, to be white and whiter than white and whiter than snow. IPOB gives us the right not to join issues with anybody. IPOB does not validate opposition for the sake of opposition. That is why you will not hear us accusing any other freedom fighter who is doing the right thing. Anytime we talk about you, know it that you have fallen beyond reasonable doubt, and there is evidence to back it up. We don't speak without evidence. We don't accuse you without evidence. So, fellow Biafrans, I welcome you once again as I bring you greetings from my coordinator, Mazi Innocent Alia, the coordinator and representative of Western Cape IPOB Zone. And also, I bring you greetings from all the 9 coordinators we have here in IPOB Western Cape Zone. I also bring you greetings from all the executives of IPOB Western Cape Zone. We are all here fighting to make sure that the right thing is done. It does not matter where our leader is. What matters is that we are following the footsteps of our leader. That is what is important to us. And in freedom fighting, it is your right to fight your battle the way you want to fight about it. We are not here to dictate for anybody. All we ask each and every one of us who associates ourselves in this struggle, all we ask you to do is to remain focused, always fixing your eyes on the goal. And what is the goal? The goal is Biafra. Know it that at the end of the day, we all shall converge in this great, wonderful country if we succeed in restoring it. It does not matter who restored it, how it is restored. We need Biafra, and Biafra we shall get. And we will continue to support all the people speaking in favor of what we are doing. We shall continue to give our moral support, our backings, and everything that we could to those who are fighting for our freedom. It does not matter whether they are in IPOB or not in IPOB. What matters to us is that we are all fighting to get out from this contraption, this damnable zoological republic, where impunity, wickedness has become the order of the day. Today, the Zoological Republic marks their usual Armed Forces Day. And what does it mean? It means that today in history, Biafra seceded from Nigeria and the civil war ensued, which at the end of the day, genocide was committed against us, the Biafran people. We were forced to remain in Nigeria. We were forced to remain part of Nigeria. There were gang-ups against us by British government and Nigerian Caliphate government. Have they stopped? No. Now what you should ask yourself is, what was the cause? What caused the war in the first place? And has it stopped? The answer to the question is no. That which caused the war the first time still persists up till this moment as I'm speaking to you. Our people are still being killed. Our people are still being rejected. Our people are being subdued, subjugated, suppressed, and oppressed. And these are the criteria that caused the first civil war in Nigeria. Because, like they say, if you do not do something, history always have a way of repeating itself. It will interest you that after 54 years, the same thing that we fought against still persists in the Zoological Republic. And we are still clamoring, we are still fighting, we are still asking, we are still doing everything to separate ourselves from the Zoological Republic. Like Ojukwu's second in command would say, what is his name again? I've forgotten his name. He told when Biafrans surrendered to Zoological Republic in 1970. Okay, Effiong, General Effiong, the second in command to Ojukwu, said, one of the speeches he gave, he said to Zoological Republic, if you do not stop, if you do not prevent, if you do not turn a new leaf, if you do not treat them well, the children of these men will rise to fight you the second time. Is it happening today? Yes. Why are we still clamoring? Why are we still agitating? Why are we still fighting? Why are we hell-bent on leaving Nigeria, because the same predicaments that our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors suffered in the hands of Nigeria that cost millions of us to die in that genocide called Civil War still persists up until today. They are busy celebrating what they don't know. They are busy celebrating their downfall. They are busy celebrating their impunity. They are busy celebrating their evil. They are busy celebrating without, first and foremost, fixing that which they destroyed. Today, all over the Zoological Republic, there are kidnapping everywhere. Families are being kidnapped. Terrorists are being brought and mixed with Nigerian security settings. And you will ask yourself, why does the calamity, the kidnappings continue? Why is terrorists, why are they still, thriving? Why does terrorism seems to be part of Nigerian daily lives? One of the reasons is because the Zoological Republic has brought terrorism and security and matched both of them to become one. Today, those who live in the rural areas are not safe. Those who live in the cities, the suburbs of the Zoological Republic, in the Zoological Republic are not safe. Who is safe in Nigeria today? Only those who have money to protect themselves. Only those who are capable, who have the capability to spend millions in every month to protect themselves. And what about those who does not have these millions? What about those who don't have what it takes? They are the ones that fall prey into the hands of these terrorists. The Nigerian government and the terrorists colluded. The military settings, the police, and all the other security apparatus in the Zoological Republic have colluded, because the terrorists will surrender his arms to the Nigerian government, and in the next few months, he will be made a police officer or a military man in Nigerian security. So in Nigeria, what they are trying to tell you is that if you want to become a member of the security in Nigeria, you must first become a terrorist, a kidnapper, a Fulani terrorist, a Fulani herdsman, or a political thug. These are the criteria that qualifies you direct entry into Nigerian security settings. So, as long as you are not a criminal, as long as you are not dubious, as long as you are not a terrorist, you don't have it easy. You may end up not making it into Nigerian military or police. It is only reserved, there is an express entry for criminals. And that is why today, there is no difference between a criminal in the bushes or on the street and the police officer and the military in their barracks. All of them are the same. You feel so threatened when you saw a military man standing before you, because at this juncture, you don't even know if he is a military or a terrorist, because both of them are the same. I will be before I show you this video that I have here, I want to, today, like I was explaining, today is the Armed Forces Day in the Zoological Republic. And now, the Amnesty International, that corrupt organization in the Zoological Republic, because as far as I am concerned, Amnesty International is a corrupt organization. It's part of the Western agenda to put us in a mess that we are into today, and they are doing it perfectly well. They speak when they feel it is necessary, and when it is not necessary for them, they keep silent. That is why they have not spoken about the kidnapping and the extraordinary rendition of our leader. That is why you will not hear them speak about the killings in the territory of the Biafran states, because they are corrupt. They chose their words. They chose the ones to talk about and the ones not to talk about. So, but this evening, they have a message for the Nigerian government and the people of Nigeria. And it is very, very important that I bring your attention to it, so that you will also understand that the situation in the Zoological Republic is getting out of hand. And as it stands today, they don't know where to run to anymore. Because, like I was explaining to you, and I'm going to prove to you in the course of this program, that the Zoological Republic, security apparatus, and the terrorists are one. There is no different. If you listen to our leader's voice that I was playing, our leader said that you brought the terrorists, the Boko Haram, and you called them repentant terrorists, and you, after you do whatever, one abracadabra, you now brought them and conscripted them into the same military and into the settings. And now, who told you that a terrorist will ever repent? And who told you that it is not a setup? Because when you said, okay, all the terrorists, if you surrender, we are going to forgive you and we are going to give you employment in our security settings. And why security? Why police? Why army? Why not other things? Why not securities in the bank? Securities? Why not ordinary security? Why must it be police? Why would a terrorist who has terrorized a nation, who has terrorized a people, a terrorist who have wasted people's blood, a terrorist who has ideology already, why would you call him a repentant terrorist and put him back into the security of the country? You don't even know if it is a setup, because as a terrorist, they can say, okay, now you go and surrender. This is the target. Infiltrate them, get into all the information across to us. We will be working with you. What if it's what is going on in the Zoological Republic and nobody is saying anything about it? People are going about, Nigerians are the most, I don't know what to, I don't know. I don't know the kind of people in that country. I don't know if it is the decades of punishment that is being meted to them that has so twisted their brains and made them to be thinking from the anus. You are crying every day that you are being kidnapped and some of them killed. Still, in your presence, your government will still arrest those terrorists that are killing and raping you, kidnapping you. Your government will go and arrest them, put them in a place, reconstruct them according to them, and bring them to The same security that's supposed to be guiding you, and you shut your mouth. You don't have what it takes to protect and to protest. Oh, it will just be like the stories in the former NSAS. Whenever I remember that situation in NSAS, I see the reason why. If you are part of those who still believe that Zoological Republic of Nigeria peradventure may rise, I pity you. I pity you. Look at the NSAS. Have you forgotten? It just happened 4 years ago. They went there, killed them, break them, all of them run away. Nobody persisted. Nobody said, no, you have killed us. It's better for you to kill every one of us. Because they don't understand that what they were into is dangerous when you fail. Just like we are fighting. That is why I got so upset with some people in this struggle. They don't understand. Some of them does not understand what we are into. That is why they have politicized the Biafra struggle. That is why they have politicized IPOB. That is why to them it is about their personal gains and glory. If we fail to restore Biafra, our situation will be worse than our fathers, those who fought. And we may not be the ones to suffer it directly, but our children and the children to be born. It is better for you not to come out at all than coming out, causing attention and revealing to the enemies that, oh, I know you are here. And when the enemy say, what are you saying? You run back. It is better you stayed back and allow the enemy to be operating just the way he is. If you are part of the people that is fighting for the struggle for the restoration of Biafra, if you are part of IPOB or any other movement fighting for Biafra, I want you to know that persistency is the key. You must persist. Do not do anything to demoralize us. Do not do anything to destroy this struggle. Because when you do, you are inheriting a very severe suffering for your unborn generation. Because they will be the ones to suffer it. If our fathers had known, if those who fought during the Biafran War had known that we will be in this mess in this 21st century, I don't think they would have surrendered. They would prefer to die, all of them, than to live a generation that will inherit this kind of situation we are into now. You may not understand. You may not understand that you are into a very mighty mess, because maybe you still sneak into Nigeria, come back, do whatever, do 1 or 2, come back, and you think you are living. You think you are doing the right thing. You think you are better than Mazo Ebuchi. Some of us, when our parents died, we couldn't go. We couldn't. Not because we are criminals. Not because we have stolen from Nigeria or anybody. The only crime is because we said to Nigeria, we are in support of a breakup Nigeria. We need a referendum. That is the only crime. Today, some of us, even when they lost their parents, they couldn't go. But you, because you still have your way to mingle, wait, Nigeria will happen to you soon. If you survive it today, will you survive it tomorrow? Will you survive it day after tomorrow? Will you survive it in a month, in years? You won't. If Nigeria happens to you, Mazi Onyebuchi will not be there to talk. So if you are in this struggle and you are playing politics with it, you are fighting, instead of you to say, let us fight like men. Let us make our leader proud. How do we make our leader proud? How do we make a leader, this man that has sacrificed everything? I don't know if people think, oh God, I don't know if people ever, I don't know if our people are so, their mind is so dark and unreasonable. Someone has given up everything that made him a human. Oh. He has given up, he gave up everything. Do you think that Mazi Kanu would have been worse than you if he does not engage in this agitation? Do you think he will be better than him? Do you think so? You may never even come closer to where he is. He had everything going for him. The only thing that was not going for him is the situation that you and I are into. The situation that the future generation, his unborn children, the situation they may find themselves. That was the only thing that propelled him, that made him to answer this call. And he answered it with all his heart, his soul. And he came out to do everything to restore Biafra. He gave up everything that made him a human. Today, you are playing politics with his blood, with his life. Because you think everything is about politics. And when it comes to that politics, you can't even play it because you are dumb. The Fulani people who are masters in politics in the Zoological Republic, because they are being tutored by the masters, which are Britain, and they are playing it well, at playing you all the time. And you that has something to fall back at, which is this Biafran agitation, you are playing with it. You think you can display how skillful you could be in politics. We are not politicians here. I'm not a politician, but a freedom fighter. And that is why I am straight and direct. That is why I speak the truth at all times. That is why I do not care how you may feel or what you may feel or how you see me or whether you accept or not accept me. I don't give a damn. I am Mazi Onyebuchi, and I am here to preach the gospel of truth. I am here to restore Biafra. I am here to alert the world to the impunities going on around the zoo. I am here to tell the world, this is the reason I am looking for this freedom. You are not getting it at all. The reason what is my reason? The reason is that I want my life to be secured and my properties. That is the reason I am fighting. Because in a situation that we are now, where we are located now, we are not safe because terrorists are being conscripted into the security, into the army, into the police, and we are being kidnapped all the time. We are being killed every day. We have been molested. We have been subjugated. We have been disgraced. We have been messed up by the people that are supposed to be protecting and defending us. Before I continue, I want to read for you what the Amnesty International, the message they have for the Zoological Republic today in this their Armed Forces Day remembrance. Now listen. January 15, 2024. Amnesty International in series of posts on X, formerly Twitter, said that Nigerians are currently living in fear on a daily basis. There is fear everywhere. Nigerians are living in fear on a daily basis. You could not go out in the morning without first praying and asking for protection. You do not mind that you have police, military that are walking up and down, but still you are still afraid of your security because you do not even know whether those who are parading themselves as police are terrorists. So you are always afraid. Even when your police is standing with you, you are afraid. That is what the Amnesty International is trying to say, that Nigerians are living in fear on a daily basis. How could you survive like this when all your life you are fearful? Do you know that you could develop high blood pressure by this singular act of fear? Do you know? Do you know that you could develop a heart failure for this? Because your heart is not rested. It is always jumping up and down in every turn. You are afraid in every angle. You are afraid in every hole. You are shaking. When you see a policeman, you are shaking. When you see a military, you are shaking. And all these men littered all over the country. There are roadblocks here and there. And you could not even have a moment of peace for just one day. The only time you feel a bit relieved is only when you enter your house. Just for the fact that you have succeeded in crossing the whole dangers and coming and locking the door, you felt at least a bit relieved, not totally relieved. Because in the same Nigeria, terrorists go from house to house kidnapping people. And the world does not even said anything about these things. But they want us to be Nigerians. And when we are telling the world that how do you want us to live with people who does not value life? How do you want me to continue to be part and parcel of a country that could not guarantee my security? How? How? So, I will continue reading. Stressing that many families chose not to report cases of kidnapping after paying ransom for fear of reprisals, and as a result, many incidents go undocumented. Did you hear that? In the Zoological Republic, people are being kidnapped on a daily basis. Majority of these people will quietly go and settle with the terrorists, and the terrorists will tell them, do not say what happened. If you say it, we may be coming after you the second time. And the family will quietly go home and continue nursing their loss. They will continue crying. They will continue grieving. When they have a government, when they have police station, security men walking up and down in the same territory. But in Nigeria, the case is different. Now, I shall continue reading. Global Human Rights Organization, Amnesty International, has asked President Bola Tinubu to take all lawful measures to end the cycle of violence, kidnappings, and killings in Nigeria. You know, these are the, you see this, what's it called? Amnesty International, they are hypocrites. Amnesty International knew that in Nigeria, terrorists are being captured, put in a camp, rehabilitated, and sent to the security settings of Nigeria to become police, to become army, or whatever. Why in America or in a part of, in all the cities of the world, except the zoo, when you have a criminal record, you can never walk anywhere. Not in a security setting. In countries that in this country when you have a criminal record, it will go straight to the system. So if you are going to look for a work, for a job, they will put your information in the system. In some cases, they will ask you to go and do police clearance to make sure that you are not a criminal. In this country, if you have a criminal case, criminal record, forget about police, forget about army. You can become another thing. But you see police, you see army, don't go there. Because these things requires integrity, 100% integrity. It requires honesty. It requires, because you are not a country if you do not have a decent security man working to protect the lives and properties of both the citizens and the foreigners that reside in that country. But in Nigeria, what is happening? And Amnesty International knew these things, and they could not even say it, but they want Tinubu to miraculously stop this cycle of violence that is going on, kidnappings and killings in Nigeria, when they have not spoken against this attitude of employing the terrorists into the security settings of the Nigerian government, of the Nigerian state. If you want to fight these things, the first thing you should do is to go and do what? Rid Nigeria of all the terrorists that you employed in their military and in their police. When you succeeded, because if I am a terrorist and my friend surrendered, my fellow terrorist friend surrendered, I could easily work with him to commit atrocities. He will become my eyes to give me both informations, to give me both protections, because I will be giving him his own share anytime. Each time there was a racket and we succeed, he will get his own what? His own share, which will be much, much, much greater than his monthly salary. So what is Amnesty International talking about? How do they want Tinubu to use the same terrorists to fight against terrorists? Excuse me. It is impossible, and they knew it. Now we continue. The organization made the call on Monday as Nigeria marks this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day, adding that the current epidemic of kidnapping in the country highlighted the utter failure of the Nigerian authorities to effectively protect the lives of Nigerians. Yes, 100%. They failed completely. The security situation in Nigeria has become an epidemic. It has gotten to a level where there should be emergency, security emergency should be declared. It has gotten to the point where the government should be given sophisticated weapons to the citizens to protect themselves. That is the situation Nigeria into now. But why are they not doing anything? Because they are all in it together. They are pretenders. They knew what to do, but these things are in their agenda to Islamize and to put fear and subjugate the indigenous people. That is what they are doing. And Tinubu is part of it. But what he stands to gain is what I don't know. But as far as this plan continues, Tinubu is part of it. Maybe he signed so that he could become a president. Because to him, presidency, to become the president of the zoo, is his life achievement. He need it, even if it amounts to selling off the Yoruba people just for him to become the president of Nigeria. Today he is the president, and everybody, even in Yoruba land, they are paying the price. The one that is going viral now on the is in Yoruba land. A family was kidnapped, and some of them have been killed already. And the first lady, the Tinubu's wife, is sympathizing with them. That is all they could do. Sympathize with you. While you have lost a soul, she is safe and secured in Asorok with her children and her husband. But you are always in danger. 24 hours. That is the price you pay as a Nigerian. And I'm sorry for you. Now I will continue. Amnesty International, in a series of posts on X, formerly Twitter, said that Nigerians are currently living in fear on a daily basis, stressing that many families choose not to report cases of kidnapping after paying ransom for fear of reprisals. And as a result, many incidents go undocumented. They continue. President Bola Tinubu must take all lawful measures to end the cycle of violence and fear the people in Nigeria are living under today, by effectively investigating waves of kidnapping and killing and bringing those suspected of responsibility to justice. How possible? I ask. How could that be possible? In Nigeria, how are you going to investigate? Who are you investigating? Can you condemn yourself? The answer is no. So why do you think that Nigeria is going to investigate? They already know. They don't need investigation. They know that the Fulanis are the culprits. They know that the Fulanis are the ones that is perpetrating this evil. They know where they are in the mountains, in the hills, in the bushes. They know all of them. They interact with them. They speak to them. They tell them. They ask them to mellow. They try to calm down, to take it easy. They know all these people, for goodness sake. So Amnesty International should stop all this daylight deceit, because I call it deceit. They already know that these people are not hidden. They make videos of themselves. Their faces are all over the social media. They know, they speak to government. There was one that was a notorious terrorist. And his name is Bello. A very notorious terrorist who wasted a lot of Nigerian military and police, who wasted a lot of villagers. They knew. But when that same Bello surrendered today, surprise, surprise, Bello is a police officer in Nigerian police. A terrorist, a hardcore terrorist. A hardcore, a dangerous terrorist from Mali, from Niger, not even in Nigeria. Today, Mr. Bello is a police officer in Nigeria. And Amnesty International is here to deceive the gullible zoological republic animals, because they cannot deceive us. We are smarter, we know. We are always one step ahead. We know what they know. Britain cannot deceive us. They know that these people are known. They know what they come here to write is for you to take your mind off, to think that they are ignorant of these things. They are, when they are part and parcel of it, just for oil, for them to continue to get oil from Nigeria free of charge. That is why we all should die. That is why to Britain our lives does not matter. Because of ordinary oil. Because Britain don't want to pay for the oil that they are using in their country to run their own economies. Because they don't want to pay for it, because they want it to be free in their hands. They don't care if everybody in that country is dead. They will protect their own white citizens, because now, I don't want to say their own citizen, because Mazi Kanu is a citizen of the British government, in Britain. Were he protected? No. Because why? Because he's a black citizen of Britain. If Mazi Kanu were to be a white British, do you think that Britain will plan his kidnap with Nigeria? The answer is no. I will continue. The current epidemic of kidnapping highlights the utter failure of the Nigerian authorities to effectively protect lives, said Amnesty International. Sahara reporters earlier reported that Amnesty International decried the daily deteriorating of insecurity, kidnapping, and killings being perpetrated by armed criminal groups across the country by Fulani. Don't say by Fulanis. That is the right word to use. Fulanis. The organization lamented widespread insecurity and rampant kidnapping cases by armed criminal groups have become part of daily lives in Nigeria, noting that Nigerians now live in life age. According to Amnesty International, the exact number of Nigerians currently held in captive by armed groups and kidnappers remains unknown, as armed criminal groups have abducted several women and girls, including school children, across the country. That is the country Britain marshaled out for us. That is the country we are enjoying. That is the country we are all enjoying. That is the country that some people want us to celebrate. A country where women, girls, and even school children will be kidnapped in the same country. They will remain under for months. They will remain there in the hands of their kidnappers. In the same country. Not that they are outside the territory of that country. They are in the same country. Not that they are hidden. They are known. The location where they are, the country knew. They are on the know. They know it. But the question you should always ask yourself, what? So if the Nigerian government know where these people are, why are they not going after them to rescue those people that is being kidnapped and dealt with the criminals? The answer is they will never do it, because that is their agenda. The agenda of the caliphate is to subjugate, to put fear into the lives and into the hearts of the indigenous people. That is the country that Britain want us to remain part of. Whether we like it or not, we must be part of Nigeria. But today we are telling Britain that we don't need you to validate our displeasures. We don't need you to approve or to disapprove what we are doing. Your opinion in this matter is not counted. Because whether you want it or not, we are taking it by fire, by force. We said we need referendum. And this referendum will continue to persist. It is referendum or nothing. And we are doing the needful. Now I want to play a video for you. I have explained to you what Amnesty International said, and I have accused Amnesty International of cover-up because they knew everything that is going on in that zoological republic. They knew it. They knew the reason the insecurity and kidnappings and killings persisted. They knew it. They knew that the terrorists are being sent into army and police. They knew that these people, after years and years of killing the police, the army, and the villagers, after committing all manner of terrorist acts against the state, they will surrender eventually, and they will be taken to a camp where they will be kept for a few months, and after then they will repackage them and swore them in and put them into Nigerian military and police. They knew. Amnesty International knew all these things, but they refused to mention these things because all of them are on it together. Awesome. Why is this? This is not stretching now. So, just a minute, my shaking. So, that is the situation we are into. Now, I want to play a video for you. Watch this video.
The 222 thugs, popularly known as Endaba in Kano State, are here to embrace the amnesty initiative introduced by the Nigeria Police Force in the state. About 3 months ago, the Kano State Police Command invited some identified individuals believed to be behind the escalation of thuggery and other heinous crimes in the state for dialogue. The meeting yielded a positive response as some of the thugs embraced the initiative. Among the 222 repentant thugs, 50 of them drawn from Dala, Fege, Ungugu, Kano Municipal, and Gwale local government area of the state, having completed a 2-month intake training as members of the Nigerian Police Special Constabulary, were decorated. They pledged to promote peace in the state and promised not to go back into thuggery.
I am among the 50 people who were trained and absorbed into the Nigerian Police Force, and I am prepared to play my part to ensure that Kano is peaceful. We will go around the state and continue to preach peace to the people so as to keep the state safe.
While welcoming the repentant thugs into the society, the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Gumel, debunked reports making round that the police is recruiting thugs as its personnel. He says the amnesty initiative is only aimed at sustaining peace in the state.
As of today, the police command has received a total of 222 influential youth and are committed to crime prevention duties with the police to fish out violent criminals among them, notorious thugs, popularly known as Endaba, who over the years engaged in supremacy conflict, Padandaba, as we call it.
The governor of the state, Abba Yusuf, who gave a rousing welcome to the repentant thugs, urged them to be good ambassadors of the state.
From the day they surrendered, they have been subjected to series of reformatory process. They have undergone lectures from psychologists and other experts in human behaviorism. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are going to give them all the necessary encouragement.
But the move has generated uproar online as some of the repentant thugs, who is said to be a notorious criminal, recently declared wanted by the police. Nasir Abdullahi, popularly known as Chile Midoki, is among the new recruits. Some critics kicked against his inclusion and denounced the entire amnesty program. But while defending the move by Kano State, the police force spokesman, Muiwa Adejobi, said, and I quote, "They are not policemen, I was told, and it has been in the news that they are repentant individuals who have been mobilized into the constabulary scheme of Kano State. The constabulary scheme is not police, but a community-based initiative. With the integration of these 222 repentant thugs into the society, residents of Kano hoped that the amnesty program will address the incessant crimes in the state." Ayo Adinaye.
Now, you have heard it. Now it's no more repentant terrorists. It is repentant thugs. And the question you should always ask yourself is, why always, whenever such thing happens, they are being accepted into the security settings? Why? Why not other job? Because security is a very sensitive part of every country. It should be for those who are genuine, who are without criminal intents. A thug, someone who has been a thug for 20 or 15 years, 10 years, he has been a thug. Suddenly you called him and you put him in a place where you gave him only but 2 months and you qualified him a repentant person. Is that how easy it is for someone to repent? Someone has gone on, who has worked, operated underworld, someone that has messed up his mind, someone who has lived a particular criminal life all his life. Do you think it is enough to give him 2 months? No. That is why I tell you that Zoological Republic is not serious about anything. And you should also ask yourself, why always this not? Why is their politicians this lenient? Why is the politicians, why are they so much in love with their criminal brothers, terrorist brothers? Why are they not signing off their death warrant? Why? Why are they not supporting the government to wipe out all these criminal youths? But when you come down to our land, the land of Biafra, our politicians are the tools that is used to wipe us away. They threaten us that they are going to bomb us I have removed it from my system. I would have played to you the video of that imbecile in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, when he was threatening to bomb a community, a whole community, because he said there are terrorists camping around there. I mean, there are criminals camping around there. If it were to be in the north, they will send people that will speak to those terrorists, to those criminals, to find out their grievances and sort it out for them, and give them a job that will sustain them. But in our land, they will send these terrorists in uniform to go after us and make sure that none of us escape. These are the duties and the job of our politicians. Politicians from the east, from the Biafra land, are all evil and cowards. They do not have what it takes to stand up for their own youth. But in the north, they will arrest a terrorist. The terrorist will denounce the terrorism, and he will be sent to a particular place where he will spend 2 months or 6 months at most, and he will be given a gainful employment in the security settings. I am not talking about giving him a community, a security in a compound or a security in a school or something. No. I'm talking about they will give him a job in police or army. So these are the things that we see in our land. Our own will rather kill us all than to invite us for a decent dialogue. They will rather kill us than to speak to us. That is why to them, every criminal is IPOB. Because they want to give a dog a bad name to kill it. As if when you say someone is IPOB, he's no more a human. At least as if IPOB is doing anything evil or bad. The only crime that IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commits is the audacity to ask for a referendum. That is why the Nigerian states, being ganged up with the politicians in Biafran territory, decided to wipe IPOB, every youth, off the planet. So, even those political talks in our territory are all IPOB. They are the ones who will buy guns for them, give them guns, and the same terrorists, when they fall out with them, will use the same gun to go about their businesses. Instead of them to call them to negotiating table, instead of them to call them for dialogue, they will tag them IPOB and wipe them off. That is what we are going through in our land. Why in the north, they are busy preserving, protecting, and defending their own. They are busy advancing their plans because they know that if they go on to kill those youths, when it shall be necessary for them, they will not have any other youth to use for whatever they have in mind. They understood that they need their youth to stand with them, by them, for them to be able to continuously be relevant in the political cycle of the zoo. The Fulanis understood this game perfectly, and they are playing it at the top of it. That is why it is difficult for them to do away with their terrorists, because they know that sooner or later they will be needing them. But down in our land, our own politicians who could not see beyond their nose will destroy us, neutralize us for daring them in the first place, for daring to ask questions in the first place. For you to ask them questions, you have become IPOB, and the only thing that faces you is death. And if you are not careful, your head will roll, and nobody will talk about it. Nobody is going to question anybody. Nobody is going to ask after you. When you are dead, and you are gone. That is the situation in Biafra land. That is what we are passing through in the hands of those men and women in politics. That is why we could not align with them. Never. They hated us. They hated our gods. They dislike us. They see us as epidemic. They see us as cancer, as a cancerous cells that need to be cut off. When their counterparts in the north are preserving and making use of their own youth who engage in terrorism, we are not. There is none of our people that is in nobody in Biafra land engage in terrorism. You can never. Everything you see that is going on in the zoo is in the Biafra land today is being orchestrated by the same zoo. That is why when they succeeded in employing these people into the military and police, they will send them back into our land for them to do what? For them to be able to advance their cause in our land, because they know we don't engage in terrorism in Biafra land. We don't. In the history of Biafra, you have never seen a terrorist group. Name one. But when you go to the north, to the Fulanis, terrorism is part of them. It runs in their blood. That is their own weapon. The only weapon that the Fulanis have is terrorism. The only way they revolt is through terrorism. When a Fulani needs a change in government, he engages in terrorism. When Fulani needs a road to be built in his village, he engages in terrorism. Anything that Fulani needs, he go about it through terrorism. That is their agenda. I mean, that is their ideology. That is the only way that that is how they roll. That is how they get everything that they are getting. But to us, it is not so. We do not, the language, the word terrorism sounds alien to us. We do not understand what terrorism is, because we are not violent people. We are peace-loving people. Biafrans are peace-loving people. We go about our business without trying to stop other people who are doing their own business too. The only thing that we ask, or we are asking, is to be treated equals as humans. The only thing we ask is that we should be given rights as human beings to decide who governs and how we want to be governed. That is the only thing we ask. And that is why they want us all killed. Why Fulanis who engage in real terrorism, who has nothing they are looking for but to terrorize and subjugate other people. What will our politicians do? They will give us up for the slaughter. They will send the terrorists in uniform into our villages to kill, to burn, and to maim our people. That is the order of the day. That is what we are passing through in the hands of the Zoological Republic. And we have come to end it. IPOB, the genuine IPOB, the real IPOB, we are here to end this impunity. We say no to Nigeria, and we stand by it, and we shall continue to reject Nigeria until we finally exit Nigeria. That is our plan, and we shall work it out. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Now look at the screen. Look at the screen. If you are seeing what is in the screen, I know you can see it. This is a tweet. This tweet is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Special Counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. And what is Aloy Ejimakor saying? Well, this is a question that nobody is asking. Why is it not making headlines in IPOB family? Why are we not making it a topic in IPOB? Why are we not discussing this evil that is being meted to our leader? Why? Well, now, Aloy Ejimakor tweeted, sequel to the legal team's meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu MNK today, it needs to be stated that he remains a victim of forced imprisonment by the Nigerian state. I said it. I said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already in prison serving a sentence, a false sentence. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is serving a sentence without a conviction. I said it. I said it before. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is serving a false imprisonment. And why is it so? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. That is why today he is serving a false imprisonment by the Nigerian state. He is in a prison that nobody knows when he will be released. Nobody knows how long he is going to serve this sentence. That's what Aloy Ejimakor is saying. Aloy Ejimakor said that sequel to the legal team's meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, it needs to be stated without any date, it needs to be stated that without any date set for his trial, he remains a victim of imprisonment by the Nigerian state, a victim of false imprisonment by the Nigerian state. The new game is that he is being denied a trial that will accord him the avenue to clear his name. You see? They know that they don't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They know. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. They know that the appeal court is right after all. They know. They know. So the question is this: if they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, if they know that they don't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why are they keeping him in detention? And why is IPOB quiet and they are good with the situation of their leader? Why are the so-called media warriors are not saying anything about these tweets from Aloy Ejimakor? Why the so-called media warriors are not discussing about the press release that ensued these tweets from Barrister Aloy Ejimakor? Why is everybody going about their business as if everything is well? Why our leader is being wasted away in the prison? That is the question that we shall continue to ask every right-thinking individual who identifies himself as IPOB member. We should be frowning. We should be doing what? We should be frowning. Now, remember that after Barrister Aloy Ejimakor tweeted, he released a press, he made a very important press release. And now I will be reading it for you. The press release from Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. And this news broke on the 11th of January 2024. Special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mr. Aloy Ejimakor, has released the latest update following the meeting with his client. Ejimakor said he has been reduced to a victim of false imprisonment by the federal government if he is denied a date for his trial. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the last court outing where that injustice was displayed against him was in December 15th. Today marks exact 1 month since the judgment, the injustice of December 15th. Today marks exact 1 month. What was the judgment? That the trial against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must continue. They disagreed with the appeal court, which discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for all charges, false charges leveled against him. They said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yes, he was badly treated by the way that Nigerian military invaded his house and still goes after him to kidnap him and brought him back to Nigeria. They agreed that it was wrong. They also agreed that it was wrong to revoke Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail. They agreed also that it is wrong. Now, after accepting all these things, they still insist that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must answer to all the charges leveled against him. Now, after 1 month, the question that is in the mouths of everybody is this: why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not gotten a date for his trial? Why is it difficult for the Supreme Court to do the needful so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could get a date for his trial? That is what Barrister Aloy Ejimakor is saying, and that is why he said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is serving a false imprisonment by the Nigerian government, and rightfully so. Now, I will continue. Kanu's lawyer made this known in a statement via his X account on Thursday after the visit of the legal team to the IPOB leader in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. Sequel to the legal team's meeting with MNK today, it needs to be stated that without any date set for his trial, he remains a victim of false imprisonment by the Nigerian state. Aloy Ejimakor wrote, "The new game is that he is being denied a trial that will accord him the avenue to clear his name," he added. In the meeting with Kanu on Monday, Ejimakor found that the delay in his client's case was unusual and unacceptable, adding that the Apex Court should take prompt steps to transmit his file to the Federal High Court. You see, what is he saying? That the file of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the Supreme Court 1 month after. 1 month after the judgment by the Supreme Court, they still retains the judgment, the file of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which it does not take anything from them to transfer it to the Federal Court for the trial to commence. But are you surprised? The only thing that Nigerian government is doing is they are using a delay tactics, because they knew that they can never convict an innocent. Even when they have meted all manner of injustices, even when they have done everything to bring him, to break him, to destroy him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains unbreakable and always ready to defend and clear his name, because it is not a crime to agitate for a separate state. It is not a crime to ask for self-determination. It is a right of the indigenous people to seek for self-determination if they are not comfortable with the current settings. It is a right. Because before they become Nigeria, before we become Nigerians, we are somebody. God did not, Chukwu Okike Abiama did not create us Nigerians. Britain made us Nigerians. And if it is Britain, if we become Nigerians by Britain, which are humans, we could also become something that we used to be through the same humans. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying we need to renegotiate. We need to renegotiate because it is not enough for someone to go to live miles and miles and miles from wherever he came from, coming down to this part of the world, bought us and made us his farmland, where he cultivates and do what? After cultivating, he, at the end of the day, he will come and harvest everything that he has cultivated. That is exactly what the British people are doing to us. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that is enough. We need to renegotiate. We need to look at it the second time. We need to ask questions. And we are asking questions. That was the only wrong that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. That is why Nigerian government want him dead, whether by any means. If it is not by Chukwu Okike Abiama, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be alive today. Because it pleases Chukwu Abiama, that is why he still keep him alive today, to be fighting wherever he is. And he is fighting as a man that he is, without missing words. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting, and he will never surrender. As long as I know, he is a very difficult nut to crack. And Nigeria can never crack him, because they don't have what it takes to crack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I need a referendum. Is it a crime? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, give my people freedom. Let us go. Is it a crime? Did Pharaoh kill Moses when Moses was asking Pharaoh, let my people go? When Moses told Pharaoh, if you do not, this will happen to you. Did Pharaoh seize Moses? Why would you come and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did this? Because he said, let my people go. If you don't let my people go, this will happen. Why would you convict him for that? Did you catch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu perpetrating any evil, any atrocity? Did you catch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kill anybody? Did you see him? Did you have evidence? Is it enough to use verbals? You have to produce evidence, raw evidence, video evidence to back and substantiate your claims. It is not enough, because it is freedom of speech. All these terrorists that you forgive and employ them into Nigeria, they raw terrorists with military machine gun, with sophisticated, with killing them. They have records of killings. They were not hiding it. And after being caught, you will forgive them and turn them repentant and employ them into Nigerian military and police, and they will be working, continuously committing their evil plan by proxy now. But someone who is asking you, we need our freedom, we need referendum, we need to renegotiate. You went all the way to Kenya to seize him by force and brought him down. And your Supreme Court upheld this criminality, this terrorism, thinking that they are going to get anything out of it. We are watching. Now, I shall continue reading. I know Ejimako said, any prolongation of taking these steps becomes legally injurious to Kanu as he continues to be detained without any immediate prospect of trial and exoneration. Recall that the Supreme Court ruled on December 15, 2023, that Kanu's trial on the charges leveled against him should continue. Yes, that is it. As I have explained, what the Supreme Court did was to validate the evil committed by their own government. And now we are saying to them, it's all right. Now transmit the documents so that the trial may commence. You refused. After 1 month, after 1 solid month, this document of Mazi Kanu is still in Supreme Court. Doing what, for goodness sake? Does it take anything to transmit electronically? Or even if it is by physical, we could even send someone to go and take it if we don't have workers. Why are you delaying? You are delaying it because you want to make, maybe peradventure, Mazi Kanu may change his mind. But I assure you from this part of the world that it doesn't matter how long you delay this judgment. It doesn't matter how long you delay Mazi Kanu. It doesn't matter how long you subjugate him under that torture. It does not matter how long you may subject him to all manner of ill treatments. It does not matter how long you disgrace him. It does not matter how long you try to bend Mazi Kanu. Let me tell you something. Mazi Kanu is unbreakable. He is unbendable. You cannot break him. You cannot bend him. He stands straight and he is going for what he believes. What is that? He believes in total freedom for his people, and he understood that it is not a crime for him to do what he is doing. He understood that he has not committed any crime. For asking for the right thing to be done, he understood that it is not a crime for him to ask Nigerian government to give his people referendum for them to determine their stay, whether they stay or not. It does not take Mazi Kanu anything to wage war against Nigeria, but he refused. And he continued to go the path of non-violence. He said, I am going through it this way. And he persisted. All you could do is to go and kidnap him, thinking that when you kidnap him, your problems will be solved. Look at it today. Have your problem been solved? Have you stopped the Biafran agitation? I am asking the Zoological Republic. After kidnapping Mazi Kanu, have you stopped the agitation? The answer is no. Have you broken through into IPOB? Partially, yes. Have you destroyed IPOB? No. Can you destroy IPOB? No. Can you stop the Biafran agitation? No. Even if you keep Mazi Kanu there, will it stop the agitation? No. Will it make it worse? Yes. Because so many people are impatient. Mazi Kanu is so patient enough. So many people don't have time for patience. So many people believe when they want something, they go for it directly without wasting time, whether by peaceful means or by violent means. As long as they are going towards it their own way, that is it. So you keep imagining the Kanu there, thinking you are going to douse the tension, the pressure we are putting before you, you are in fact, you are deceiving yourself. Because as far as we are concerned, this struggle is just beginning. The struggle for the Biafran restoration is just beginning. Because we have lost total hope for Nigeria. We have lost every hope. For us, Nigeria is hopeless. To us, we do not want anything to do with Nigeria anymore. We have passed that level where we may say, okay, let us give Nigeria a second chance. No, we have passed that level. The level where we are now is give us Biafra or give us death. And we meant it. And we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is totally, completely freed from the clutches of Nigeria and British. So, the thing that is good, the right thing to do is for the Zoological Republic to transmit the files, Mazi Kano's files, to the federal court, who will oversee this trial so that the trial will begin. We are waiting for the trial to begin. We don't need any more delay because we know that victory awaits. We know that victory awaits and we are going to be victorious. We know that our leader is going to come out and we will restore Biafra. That which you are running away from is inevitable. Biafra restoration is inevitable. If Nigerians are wise, they should call their government to do the needful. If the Nigerian government is wise, they should call Mazi Kano to a negotiating table. That is the right thing to do. That is the wisest thing to do. If Tinubu is wise, which I know he is not, he should know that the right thing to do is to call Mazi Kano, sit him down, ask him, how do you want us to go about it? What is your final decision? Do you want to tow this path? If yes, let us go. That is the right thing to do. You could not dissuade Mazi Kano by subjecting him to all forms of torture, to all forms of dehumanization, to all forms of sufferness, which you subjected him to today. You cannot use him to break him. It is needless for you to do that. Needless for you to tow this path. Because Mazi Kano, that we all know, is not going to agree with you. He will not do that. He loved Biafra. He loved Biafra with all his life. He understood the price that he may be paying by towing this path. He didn't do it by chance. He decided, and he is doing it rightly. And we are here to support him. We are IPOB Western Cape Media TV. And we are solidly behind our leader in all parts, in all roads, in all circumstances. We shall continue to stand by our leader. And in extension, we shall continue to stand with any other person, individual, who is working for this cause because it's a project. Until this project is completed, everybody is allowed to play their part in it. Every Biafran is acceptable to play his or her part in this struggle. And we are going to be giving everybody equal and fair chances to do what they need to do, because Biafra Bunkai is our own. We own Biafra. We have and reserve equal rights to it, to play every role necessary to restore Biafra. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would say, if you know anything you do for Biafra to be restored, if you have every idea, bring it to the table. Do it if you can. We need Biafra. We have died enough. We have been disgraced enough. We have been talked down enough. Those who we are better off are laughing at us because we are in Nigeria. Allow us to go. Allow us to live the way that our ancestors passed down to us. We are not Fulanis. We can never be. We are not Yorubas. We can never be. We are Biafrans. That is who we are. That is who we remain. It doesn't matter how many years you subject us to be Nigeria. We will always tell you we are not Nigerian, but Biafrans. Because in our veins, it runs. Nigeria is not my country. Nigeria can never be my country. Nigeria has never been my country. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Free that man that has committed no crime. You forgave the terrorists and gainfully employed them into Nigerian security settings, but failed and rejected the offer to free a man that the only crime he committed was opting for self-determination. That is impunity. That is evil. And it must be condemned by every right-thinking nations of the world. Britain, I call upon you to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. Tell your Zoological Republic president to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. I know that you are afraid of losing everything you have in Nigeria. But let the right thing be done. Everything can be negotiated. Allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. Tell your dogs, tell your hyenas to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Because that is the right thing to do. I thank you, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. You that have devoted your time to stay true with me throughout this program. I appreciate you, and I continue to appreciate you. I say may the blessings of Chukwu Abiyama dwell with you and always. So I thank you for listening to me. I say to you, from me, from here, it is. Good night.
Land of the speak.